Hello. Ow!
Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, frick.
She banged her. Hello.
No, I'm doing it.
But you're hurt.
Welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hayley apparently likes to hurt herself.
Yes,
We have a fun episode ahead of us, I think. I feel like we
No,
have a
tonight
fun
is going to be very
session.
boring. We're not going to do anything.
Don't tell them that. They may believe it.
Yeah, they might.
No,
We're
Jerome
going to do.
would not believe that.
We're going to go shopping. Do you realize that we've
never done a shopping episode because I don't really like them.
Yeah, you don't. So we don't do
I'm
them.
freaking bored. No, we're not going shopping.
Hayley loves magical items, and she loves just looking through the player's handbook to find magical items. No, she doesn't.
I'm like, what world are we living in right now?
Make believe.
The world of make believe. It's so much fun.
That's why we play Pathfinder.
So I'm trying to. That key light is kind of bugging me. I didn't think it would bug me, but I just turn it off. We just turn it off.
Yeah.
It's driving me nuts. Anyway, so we had a fun week. We had an interesting. I had an interesting experience.
Hayley had a combat encounter.
I had a combat encounter with a Rottweiler. We rolled initiative, and he, didn't succeed at his surprise attack. But did manage to get me in his normal attack. So that was not fun. If you are trying to figure out the stupidness is I was attacked by a Rottweiler. I love big dogs. I love strong dogs. I love very powerful dogs. I know how to act around them. This dog was very, very reactive, and I do not blame the dog in any shape, way, form, whatever. Because the owners should not have had him in public if he was reactive like that. So I went to pet him after doing a normal introduction. I didn't see any warning signs. But as soon as my hand went out of his line of vision to pet his head, he attacked. Yep. So that's fun. So I have thankfully had my jeans on, and it didn't break my jeans. His teeth did not break through to my jeans. Just my leg is not super happy, so I have pressure wounds from his teeth.
It's no fun.
And
a big ouchies.
It was nice, big and swollen, but I've had a couple of days now, so I feel better. Shameless plug, and she made the Power Rangers logo in the background. I didn't do it this time.
You haven't plugged that actually for a couple of 2 weeks or so.
I know, because I said the last time that I said something, I was like, this is the last time I will say anything about this, but I made that. But since Jerome brought it up, I made that. Beautifulness. Anyway, so in terms of announcements, next week we have our newest episode of the Family Gaming Experience, which is a chat show where we talk about gaming through the family-friendly lens. We are having on a couple of players from our co-hosts' actual play, and we're going to just be talking about TTRPGs and how much we love them and being nerds.
And cool stuff like that.
So come hang out. That's going to be at 8:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here on this channel on Wednesday night. We have our normal schedule next week as well. So we are streaming Monday. Oh, no. Next week we have our new schedule.
Yes, we do. New schedule.
So we will not have... Oh, that's going to be weird.
It will be. So this next week we will have Family Gaming Experience. And then the week after that would generally be Tabletop Terrain Talks, but it won't be happening.
But yeah,
because I'm going to be in California. I guess we could do Tabletop Terrain Talks with me remote. We could probably do that one with me remote.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm going to be in California that week for quarterly work stuff down in Dana Point. I don't think they still know where they're putting me for hotel rooms.
Somewhere in
I'll be sleeping on the
Southern
sidewalk. I'm sure there's plenty of other people sleeping there in California.
I think my brother's ridiculous mansion on the beach, you could probably find a room.
Maybe. I'll stay with Parker.
Just
I'll stay with my
in
nephew.
The North Wing, and they won't even realize that you're there.
Sure enough.
Sorry. Anyway, but we're going to our new schedule, which is going to be Wednesday night Every other Wednesday, it will either be Tabletop Train Talks or the Family Gaming Experience, and we will always be streaming on Friday night. Still, I think we've kind of decided we're going to keep doing that.
Definitely for the moment.
At least for the moment. So yeah, I think that is everything. Weston, do you have any announcements?
Yeah, no, none that I can think of at the moment.
Okay.
Except for if you are interested in finding out more about TTRPG news or our campaigns, you can join our Discord. I think we pop the link in the chat every once in a while.
Well, and it's also in our about. There is a link.
So come join the Discord. You also can follow and subscribe to support the channel. If you're watching this on VOD, also you can follow us here. We want you to be able to see whenever things happen, click notification bells, and get notified when we have our campaign and our TTRPG news and our family gaming experience.
Yes.
I think that's all for the moment. I'm ready to jump into campaign.
I think I'm
ready to play.
I think I'm ready to play. Let's play. Let's play.
Are you ready to have some fun?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's begin tonight's episode of Party of Two. Bomb. If it turns there. Hello and welcome. So, quick thing for you. If you are here on the stream and you don't have a dragon, it's because you aren't following us. So be sure to follow, and then you too can have a cute little dragon. There are multiple dragons to choose from. This is actually an extension from Stream Avatars. We love this extension. We love these little dragons. There are games you can play. There are different actions you can take. Also, if you are willing to just pay 100 bits, you can also have Zelda and Final Fantasy and Dark Souls characters. And you can just run around there at the bottom and engage with us in that. So if you have not followed us yet, now is a good time to follow.
It's true.
So last time, in the Scions, Aas and Ana, they had been called to speak with the Domina, the ruler of Revenel, to talk about the situation in Cheliax. There, she had brought in a defector from Cheliax, and you had been reintroduced to Leto, a Hell Knight signifier that you had experience with back when you were a Hell Knight, and not pleasant experiences with.
He was kind of a villain in the first season of this show.
He was. Bit of a swarmy, noble, rich boy type thing who had a thing for you. But he had defected after finding out a little bit about what's happening with Cuth Waldwin down in Cheliax. He then informed you of a group of Hell Knights who had also attempted to defect, who were being held in a prison camp across the border. Mm-hmm. You then volunteered quickly for a plan to cross over into Cheliax to try and retrieve these Hell Knights to assist with the fight. And you traveled by boat, almost failed your athletics check, but luckily you had a hero point.
So I didn't.
Which, if you're new to the channel, just so you know, you get, of course, channel points for watching. If it takes 500 channel points, gets a hero point, which is the equivalent of advantage in D&D. It's a reroll of a D20, and then you got taken. So she rerolled and managed to pass. So you made it there to the coastline, because you went by boat, before dawn, so you could try and sneak into the camp. You then didn't sneak into the camp. You decided to have Az impersonate a high-ranking Hell Knight, his actual previous slave owner, Titus, and walk in. Unfortunately, Anna didn't cover her face at all, and she is a known problem to Cuth Waldwin. And so when they saw Anna, the Hell Knights that were running the prison camp attacked. In the commotion, Az was able to help the imprisoned Hell Knights escape from their confinement, and then you led them in a battle against their guards. Unfortunately, as weakened prisoners who were unarmed, half of the prisoners fell in battle. And I believe that is where we pick up.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, the battle has just ended. You can still hear the clanging of steel as they deal with the last remaining.
Wait, no, I thought when we ended, we had already done like the funeral pyres and stuff.
Oh, true.
Because Ana
True, you had gotten to that point.
Had been the one to kind of dress the Hell Knights and do the pyre.
Okay. So you then, thank you, I didn't notate that last part. You are standing before the pyres. There you can see beside you is Stella, your friend from the Hell Knights in which you served. You can see Tiber, the quartermaster that you knew. Some other Hell Knights that you are not acquainted with. You don't have history with these individuals. And there with the fires burning, with the funeral pyres of the dead.
Hero point.
Gee, it's starting off early, Lost Tribes.
Thank you so much, Lost Tribes Gaming.
So, with the fires roaring before you, Ana, what do you do?
She's going to stand there for a little while, just watching. The reality is that type of a fire gets hot very, very fast. You have to get it very, very hot. Mm-hmm. So she stands there pretty much as long as she can, and then kind of moves away a safe distance. And where is Stella at this point?
Stella actually is standing behind you, looking at the fires.
Okay. She's going to kind of reach out and take her hand and just kind of hold it there for a moment if she will let me.
She lets you. As you grab hold of her hand, she doesn't look at you. Her eyes locked on the fires. You know, after you were gone, they brought us all into service. We all had our test, and I served with these. You don't know them. They weren't part of our training group, but...
No. I don't have the words right now.
Then don't talk.
All right. I'm just glad you're safe.
The fires burn. Tiber walks up. One moment, I've got sounds coming through the wrong spot. Give me one moment.
So this is a really serious beginning.
There we are.
There's
I was like, why don't I hear the fire?
Can you turn it down in our headphones?
Yeah. Well, where do we go now? There's nowhere in Cheliax we can stay.
Do you feel amenable to coming back with myself and Az?
Who's Az?
Oh, right. You don't know him. Okay.
And where have you been?
Can we...
You were supposed to be dead.
They told you I was dead.
Yeah.
No.
What else do you think we thought?
You thought I died? Did you really think that I would have died?
Yeah, people die all the time, Ana. Especially Hell Knights.
I am very disappointed in your lack of trust and faith in my ability to survive.
Well, in a fight against Tidus, I mean, he's not weak.
No, he's not. Um, let's go collect as possibly get you. Let's just get away from here, at the moment, and then we can kind of discuss things. Where are the vast majority of the, like, everyone that's kind of survived and
Everyone's there watching the pyres. These were their
yeah.
sword brothers and sisters, so none of them are leaving these pyres until they've burned down.
Okay. Well, I will go find Az, and we will tell you the story together, because we've had kind of a very full couple of months since we saw you.
We'll talk later.
Yes. And I am going to go, kind of go to find Az and see what he's doing.
Tiber turns back and continues to stand watch over the fires. Roll me a perception check. First roll of the night. Does Hayley have any dice?
Hayley does have dice. She's going to use her mini dice.
Mini dice.
Let's see if the mini dice don't screw
the
me.
micro mini dice.
The last couple of times we've played, I have been screwed royally. That's not a 1, so that's good.
Hey, it's better.
It's an 8.
Okay.
So wait, which one? What am I doing?
Perception.
So that is a 25.
A 25. Yeah, with a 25, you're able to look around, and you know Az would be looking for anything important. So you actually find Az back in the guardhouse where the prisoners had been kept, rummaging through stuff there to try and find useful information and intelligence.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of peek around this corner, and as I see him, and be like, Az, darling.
Yes, how are things out there? Somber?
That's
would
a
imagine.
good word for it, yes. It's not, it's, What have you found?
Not much. There is not a lot of information here. I do see. So, although they, did they know you were alive?
Apparently not. They all thought I was dead.
Well, it is interesting because he does rummage through stuff and also he pulls out a piece of paper. They might have told a lot of them, but Kuth Waldwin knows. And he hands you a piece of paper that has your likeness sketched on it. And then he pulls out another one, and it's Az.
Great.
If you think about it, they sent people after me. There have been multiple Hell Knights that have seen us. We also did happen to pick up a ball. If you remember that?
No. A ball.
The orb. The one in your bag of holdings that connects to Kuth Waldwin that we got from the hags.
Oh! Yes.
Just remember that? We opened it and
now
it's like,
I remember.
Kuth Waldwin's there
yes.
and he's like talking and she's like, yes. And it's like,
Yes, I remember now.
that.
Do you think they're tracking us through? No, well, they can't be tracking us. Well, they.
I don't think
they would have.
Yeah, I don't think they are tracking us, but they know we are alive. And he has told those he trusts to watch for us.
That's a problem.
We are no longer... What's the word?
Anonymous?
Yeah. Also, were we ever?
Well, I don't
with
think
the
we
number of
ever
Hell
were.
Knights who have come after me,
I do think they were kind of trying to keep it hush-hush, though, because if they were telling the regular Hell Knights that I actually worked with that I was dead, then they didn't want everyone to know that I was an escaped former Hell Knight turned against them kind of thing.
so, but they have, it is known, but so, I agree, has been kept, need to know.
Yes.
This is why when we came in, since we did not think to disguise you, you were recognized.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. I just assumed they were always coming after you. They were never coming after me. I didn't think that they really cared about me.
Well, fear flattered. They care.
Well, I mean, probably only in conjunction with you. If I was by myself, I don't think they would have cared at all.
I don't know. We have, in this way, at least, we have frustrated the plans with Waldwin.
Yes.
You no longer just escaped. We also stopped his how would you say, supply line of souls.
That is true. We have frustrated his operations a little bit, but this seems so much bigger than what I had anticipated it all being. And I definitely did not imagine that they were not going to be coming after Cantago or Ravenel. I thought for sure they would be here, but apparently not.
They don't seem to be. I mean, we did not go along the border. We went by boat, but there did not seem to be large numbers of troops on this border.
No, and it sounds like Cuthwaldwin is amassing his armies
on the other side.
Yes. Well, did you find anything interesting that is worth taking back, or just...
Not really. I do have that. I think your friends here only had a couple more weeks. I do see correspondence that one of the signifiers directly under Cuthwaldwin would be here to, as he says, capture the energies and then to dispose of the waste.
They were going to take their souls.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. That's kind of...
the MO.
Yes. Still sucks. I'm just going to stand at the doorway and just kind of watch all of the people that are still standing out there and
Ana,
just kind of be quiet for a minute.
I do have a question for you. I'm simply wondering, after we got them out, why did you not tell them to run?
I don't know. I figured they would... I don't know. They're Hell Knights. We fight. That's what we do. I didn't think that...
That is true. That is true. Well, what I can tell you, being not a Hell Knight, at times there is wisdom in retreat.
Yes, I just... With the number of guards that were coming after us and the fact that I wasn't going to be able to take them on myself.
No.
I guess I just thought that it would be fine. We would all be fine. I mean, we've always been fine.
But you've never been in a war, Ana. You have been in skirmishes. You were in training. That's not the same as a war.
No. I know.
Well, that is... you make choices, and all you can do is live with the consequences and move forward. So,
Yes.
there is a problem.
What?
So, we made a plan, right? We came across in the boat. We came into the camp. We get the prisoners out. What do we do getting back?
Are there any horses around?
Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, that's 13. I like a 13. That's a
That
good
is-
number. 13.
It's unlucky.
20, 30.
30.
30.
With a 30, it would take you a while. I mean, it'd still take you about a half hour or so of walking around the area to find horses. You do find some. There are only about 10 horses. Most of the people here were stationed. They weren't traveling.
Yeah.
So there's enough. Right now, you've got 15 Hell Knights and then you and Aas. So there's not enough horses for everybody.
Az, can you teleport?
No.
Oh.
That
Are
would
you
be nice.
sure?
That is a a ritualistic spell that I have not studied, and also would require components, the time, a space for the making of a teleportation circle. It is a complex endeavor. Not generally simply. I mean, if I was simply to make a gate and walk through, that is beyond me.
Okay. Dang. That would have been
Yeah.
cool.
That would be very cool.
It would have been very nice. Just we didn't have to. We could just go and do and. Okay. Well, we could take the horses. Is Pezik? I don't remember. Is Pezik safe for us to go through? It's not. Okay, so we can't go through Pezik.
The Hell Knights sacked Pezik and have held the city since, from what the intelligence tells us.
How long would it take for us to go around?
Around
like through
where?
the mountain?
To go where?
Back to the Domina.
Let's roll a survival.
Okay.
This is the ability to know the terrain. Ana can roll this, or Aas can.
Oh, no. I think Ana has pretty good. Oh, hero point.
Hero point!
Hero point! That is not that much better. 20. Frick.
You think you might know?
Hey, Dooms.
I'm gonna ask you to roll one more time and roll me perception. Ask you to roll me a perception.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
We're gonna see if they can, because thinking about it, you're not quite sure because you didn't go by land.
Ooh, 32.
Okay.
Maybe I'll use my digital dice tonight.
You find a map there in there is a map there within all the stuff. They've got multiple maps of the area, and so with that map, you are able to route out that if you went by, let me see this. If you went by land, it would probably take you, because you do have weakened and injured. It would probably take you 6 days by land.
It's not like, do they have a boat? Is there a boat anywhere?
You have a boat still sitting at the coastline.
But is it big enough for everyone to be in? I thought it was like a little dinghy.
It's not big enough for everyone to be in. You assume, thinking of how many people you have, it would take 4 trips.
Okay, I'm having a thought. She's going to turn to Az. What if we take the injured that are severely injured and have them go on the boat back to... what was the name of the ghost town?
Crooked Cove.
Crooked Cove. So what if we have them go...
To make it easier for yourself, you can just say the war camp.
The war camp.
Because I think you'll remember that better.
Yes. I don't know. Crooked Cove is kind of good. But we send them back through the boat, or with the boat, and then we can go, the able-bodied, we can go through the mountains, and whatnot. It's Skagwater! Hey, Skagwater!
I think we need a little music here.
I think we do too. Hi, also, I don't have any idea how to say your name. Tithalanos. We'll go with that.
Tithalonos. It's Londos. Or is that Lonos? Lonos. We're going to stay here for the next little while and just try and say your name. Rest of the stream
literally
is just
what I do. Dooms is easy to say. Dooms. I like that one. And of course, Jerome at Last Tribes Gaming. Sorry. What did you ask? I got very distracted. What was happening?
Oh, Ana had it. You had it right.
What did I say? Tathalanos. Tathalanos, right? Oh my gosh.
Rick'em, rake, together into the snake. Yeah. Jafar, he's a man. If you can do it, great.
Okay.
Tithalonos is, I think, what you said. But, you would ask...
I said Tithalanos.
Okay. Tithalanos.
That is a really cool name. pretty.
Yes,
pretty
there we go.
close.
Close enough. What you had asked if we took the injured
Yeah, so we took the injured
to
the boat.
Okay.
The music is very joyful and triumphant.
That doesn't fit.
But if we took the injured to the boats and then the rest of us went through the mountains on the horses, if the boat could handle like 4 or 5 people?
The boat before
it handled 3
it took
of
both
us.
of you without any problems. You could probably fit 4 people on there.
And Leto.
Leto
so
didn't come.
I thought Leto came. No, because we had a whole discussion in the boat on the way. We
true,
talked
you
about
did.
how we couldn't talk to each other.
Oh no,
because
Leto's
of the-
actually there. You're right. He
he's
was in
here.
combat with us. He's out with the pyres.
Yeah, okay. So we had originally had 4, and if the 3 of us don't go, maybe they could take an additional 4, like an additional person, and then that would bring our numbers down to 13, and we could have 2 people ride.
So right now you've got the 17 of you.
Yes. So if 4 of them go on the boat,
Then you're at 13 there.
and then 3 people couldn't ride. Like Az and I can ride together.
Yeah, as is not. Although he is tall, he's not weighty.
No. He's
so
kind of
that-
a lithe creature.
Yeah. So that you could do that. I don't know. You're gonna have to go talk to your to Butehead.
I thought Butehead got.
Butehead is back.
I totally forgot we named him Butehead.
The
Thank you, Jerome,
the
for
chat the chat named him Butehead.
The chat named him Butehead. By the way, if you would like to, you can name something.
Yeah, you can 1,500 channel points. You can name something. The 500 gives you the... Whoa, something just blew up our mic. The 500 gives you the channel points. And then you can also, for 500 bits, you can start a random encounter.
Yes, you can. It's true. So
yeah, you can go talk
we
to
have to go
Butehead.
talk to Butehead. But isn't Butehead aren't we like a couple hours away from
You are.
Butehead? Freaking hell. Because I don't want to go all the way over to Butehead and talk to him and then come all the way back. Can we do... Can
So I will...
Az, can you send message to him?
One moment. Let me double check as a spell.
Yes. Butehead. Did you guys see that on Paramount TV they're coming out with a new series of Beavis and Butthead?
Az can't do that, but he can do sending.
Yes! Do that. Az, do your little sendy thing.
Okay, what am I trying to ask him?
Ask him how many injured people he could take on his boat.
Okay.
And that he will get paid extra money if he does this.
Okay.
I'm banking on the fact that the Domino is going to be okay with it.
Okay. Because you know that Butehead is a soldier, and so he's part of the
Wait, he's not getting
stuff.
paid extra to do this? I thought he was getting paid
This is
paid
part of
extra
his
to do this.
duty. No.
Oh, I thought he was just a smuggler.
So you pay him. Yeah, but they've kind of what's the word I've looked for? Forced into service anyone they can.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Leave off the part about the money.
Okay.
And if he's nice, maybe I'll give him a tip or something.
Ooh.
He said duty. Oh my gosh. That was one of our kids' favorite movies for a while, Wreck-It Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I heard those jokes a lot.
All right, so Az will sit down, and he will. I don't think I have the somatic, verbal, and components figured out for this one. But he will sit down, and then he will cast his spell of sending, and he'll say, "That's 25 words." Butehead, this is Az. How many injured could we fit on the boat? And have you take them back to the camp?
Okay. Yep. You have 2 more if you want.
I do. Please. Over.
I thought you'd say thank you.
No, over.
Over. I
Um,
don't know if you've stopped talking. Over. Sorry.
in a moment, after sitting there, you do hear. I could bring. Each one I think of these are counting as words. 4? But I need 1 strong to help. Yeah.
Okay, so out of all of the injured.
And please bring teepee.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Turning around and looking at the people, how many severely injured do we have?
As can do some medicine checks and treating. With that, you should be able to get...
I could do healing, lay on hands.
You can, but mostly these people have been in confinement for extended period. This is not just, I give you a little bit of healing and you're better for some of these.
Hey, she does like 28.
I know, it has nothing to do with that.
She's wonderful.
I get that. Az can cast some restoration.
Fine.
On people. Between you guys can definitely get all the really injured people on the boat then. Which I will say, if you get the injured people off the boats, even without the horses, you'll cut it from 6 days to 4.
Okay, well then let's do that. We're going to do that.
Right? And you, like I said, you will need to send 1 strong, 1 healthy person. And there will be an athletics check for them to see if they get back.
Okay, so how many people was it then that are severely injured?
So you can send 4?
I know, but how many people do we have that are actually severely injured? I'm trying to figure out if we're going to have to, like, jimmy rig something with the horses or if it's going to be fine.
No, you aren't going to get all to where you have enough. You're always going to have 2 extra people.
Yes, I know.
Because you had 17. 5 can go on the boat. Okay, you can heal up some and get to where you only have 4 injured.
Okay.
And they go on the boat.
Okay, I've got it. All right, well then let's do that. So we're going to spend the time needed after... Well, okay, first. I'm realizing I'm just making decisions for people. I am going to come out and kind of... I would like to see if I can figure out who's, like, in charge, like who's kind of the natural leader of this group.
You would know that Tiber would have been the highest ranking as the quartermaster.
Do you want me to say Grey Poupon?
There was some mustard in the
yes,
the the guardhouse, for some lunches for them and stuff like that, in a preservation bin.
The Grey Poupon.
I think it was more dill.
Dill Poupon.
It was a dill mustard.
Are we pooping on things? Poupon.
Hey, family friendly. Because our little boys don't talk about
that
bathroom words all day long. It's funny. I'm actually more resistant now to that type of talk as having had little kids who just say it constantly than I ever was before.
We taught our children to be anatomically correct, so the number of times I have to hear the P word in my life is ridiculous.
It reminds me of grade school. How loud can you yell it? But back to the game.
Sorry. So yes, I would like to see if I can figure out who's, like, in charge in this group of people, like who's naturally taken the leadership position.
Tiber, like I said, Tiber would have been the highest ranking.
Okay, so they'll all probably fall. Okay, so I'm going to go grab Tiber.
Okay. He's, of course, the pyres are beginning to get very low. But they are all still standing around.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of tap him on the shoulder.
Aye, lass.
Can we, and I'm just going to kind of motion for him to follow me for just a second.
He'll follow.
Okay. Just a few steps away from the larger group. So we need to get a move on as fast as possible.
That's the question. So you're in Revenel.
Yes.
I can't say Revenel without trying to put an accent. You're in Revenel.
Yes. But it's not very far away. We're just past the border. The Domina has created a war camp there to assist.
We're Hell Knights. There's no way they'd let us through.
Oh, no, they would, because I'm with you.
at this point, Leto does walk up to them. He says,
You kind of.
Tiber, I crossed the border and informed them, and they sent us. So they are very much hoping for Hell Knight assistance.
And you'll be with me. So that's kind of a thing. Anyway, so we have a boat that can take 3 injured and then 1 of able-bodied individuals back the faster way, the way that which we came. And then we can take the rest of the horses up through the mountain and get back in a matter of days, like 4 days or something like that. And we do have the capability to create some healing and a cabin kind of situation for anyone that needs it on the way, so that it's not quite as difficult. As is a magic pussy.
You mentioned Az.
Right.
Is
You
that-
still have not. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of like wave at Az to come over and be like, okay, so this is Az.
So you're not dead either.
You know who Az is.
Well, we know he was a servant of Titus. We don't. I mean, I didn't know he is. Your name is Az, and you're an Az. That's just.
It's a little on the nose.
On the nose,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I tried to convince him to change it. He wouldn't do it. Anyway, so this is Az, and he can give us assistance as we are going through.
And as walks, Az kind of followed because he wanted to be there, support you in what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually reaches forward, puts his hand out towards Tiber, and he says, actually, why don't you call me Charles? And he's like,
Anna's eyes get really big. Like, really big.
oh, that's okay, that's not quite so much on this. Charles, pleasure. So, oh, you got dainty hands. Well,
Yes, Weston, time to talk to yourself.
so he's a magic-y guy.
Yes, so he does magic, and he'll assist us as we get back. So it'll only take a few days for us to get back to the war camp itself. And yes, you will be welcomed with open arms, any assistance given. Leto, you should probably go back on the boat.
Leto kind of, I would like to, believe me, I would. But from what you're saying, he's going to need a person who can help with the boat and the rigging. Ana,
Can you not do that?
You know my skill set. The physical is not. I'm like him, and he points at Az.
But
or Charles.
If they are going, but if they are going, they'll most likely want to have someone with them that the Domina like has a connection to.
The Domina picked our boatman. I'm sure that he can help them when they get back there. They're expecting him.
True. Okay.
He is such an eloquent speaker. I'm sure that he'll be able to.
I'm sure that he will be able to tell them
them.
everything that happened. Tiber, do you want to go back on the boat?
I can take the wounded, yeah.
Okay. Because then at least we know there is one person who will be able to articulate what actually happened.
Well, I wouldn't call myself the most
no! Once you
beautifully
meet,
spoken one, but
once you meet Butehead, you will understand exactly what I mean, my darling.
Wait, his name's what?
His name is Butehead. We didn't choose it. Obviously, his mother was very rude, and had a horrible pregnancy and then birth experience because she named him Butehead.
That's an odd name.
Yes, it is.
Surprisingly, I knew someone named that when I was young. He had he's friends of a guy I knew named Beavis. They were friends, but it was a weird name then, and it's a weird name now.
Okay, right. Well, maybe it's the same person. So we're going to go.
Doubt that he died.
Oh. Yeah, probably not then.
So I go with them.
Yes.
And, okay.
So good at being awkward. Yes, just go. We're going to go with you though, like, because you have to get to the boat. We have to show you where the boat is and all that jazz. So as soon as everyone is ready to go, like the injured, that we can have them ready to go, one of us should take him to the boat.
Aye. And he walks over. He turns around and starts to walk over towards the pyres. And then he stands there. All right, men. We've burned our dead. Now it's time to make sure we're not following them. The injured come with me. Well, I guess everyone has to come with me first.
Well, no, I was thinking we'd just send... Because we have to go back through the mountains. We don't want to have to backtrack.
But I don't know where the boat is.
I know. So one of us goes with you on the boat, to the boat, and then comes back.
Okay.
Unless there's a
Who's coming with me?
better solution. I don't know. Who knows how to get to the boat?
So to help Ana out, so here is a map.
Anna is struggling.
Here's a map of the coast. So the square at the bottom is where you are at. And then there are a couple of locations that do have fortifications. They're the 2 dots along that border.
But that's Canopy. No, there's Canopy. What's it is right here, though. Because isn't there a city, like, right here?
It's just a little farther, yeah. So there are 2 encampments of Chilaxian military on the borderline.
Okay.
One by the coast, one farther inland. Then we do have a little bit farther in is where the camp is.
Okay.
So you have the option. You can walk him to the coast, and then you can follow along the coast to get back, or you can try and go farther inland to cross. Coastline's going to be a bit more direct, but you will have more of a fortified area there because they're watching the ocean, the seas, as well as the land from that point. You might have more areas to slip past on the if you go further inland.
The mountainside, yeah.
Those are your choices.
I mean, we could probably start by going to the boat and then start heading up the coastline, but then go around each of the towns?
They aren't towns. They're more fortifications.
Out around the
Yeah, totally could. You could totally try that.
I think we'll have to try doing that. Because I don't think the other way is going to work. Yes.
All right, then.
That's what we'll do. Okay, so we are all escorting you to the boat.
All right. So he calls out for those who can to help their wounded. Mm-hmm. Are you bringing those 10 horses?
Yes, we have to ride them.
All right. Well, so you got to send some people out to go get the horses. So that takes a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So you gather up the horses. I imagine you put the wounded on the horses.
If they are capable of doing so, then yes.
And then anything else you want to do before you head out?
No.
All right.
I don't think so.
All right. With that, I am going to ask for a survival.
GM, is there anything that I should do before we leave camp?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Do I recognize something? Do I suddenly remember something that I should do before I leave camp?
So what I want you to do is roll a survival check to see if you can get back to the boat.
Okay. Oh my gosh. 20.
20. I am going to let you. You also have a dog.
I do.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, has a fairly good survival.
Yes, he does.
So I'm going to let you take a look at that.
As, can you do your little become a different person thingy?
Why?
Because then you could figure out a way for us to get there.
Oh, yes, I could.
Right?
Don't you? I mean, can't Bruce help?
Yes, sort of. Woo. Doesn't have much better.
Doesn't he? His
This is
survival.
17
Okay.
versus my 15.
Okay, that's a little bit better. As it wouldn't be
Alright.
that. As wouldn't be much better than that.
All right. He got a 2.
Okay.
Hero points.
So 19
Ladies
for
and
him,
gentlemen.
20 for you.
Anna now remembers she left the iron back home. Yep, that's exactly
Yes, she
what
does.
happened.
So
Oh my gosh!
it takes you a while. So you kind of meander through the bush and you're like, oh, it's this way. And then you kind of lead them and then you're like, wait. No, I think we're farther that way. And you actually end up down the coast a little farther, but you can see the landmarks from where the boat was. So you walk to the coast and then have to walk down the coast a bit to get to where the boat is.
I'm a very good fighter. There we go.
And Tiber the whole time is like, I thought you knew where this was.
I do know where it is. We just are taking a roundabout way to get there.
I don't really want the scenic route. I've seen plenty of this area.
Well, stop whining. There's going to be a boat.
They didn't give you enough bushcraft, did they?
They didn't give us any bushcraft
That's the problem.
at all.
Kids these days,
I
they're so
wouldn't-
used to the cities.
I wasn't there long enough to get that training.
None of you have been on campaign.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, none of us younger ones have yet.
Yeah.
But here's the boat.
You lead them to the boat, and then as you begin to get close, you see a figure jump out of the boat. It is now getting close to nightfall.
Oh dear.
It is late because it took you a lot longer to get there than you had hoped to.
Yes.
And a guy jumps out of the boat. Hey, you're not dead. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, they're not dead yet. That's great. Yeah. And then all of a sudden Tyber's like, you okay?
Did you see what I mean?
Did you take a wrong one on the head? Yeah. That's all he says. His only response to that is, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Tyber's like, can you sail?
He's,
Oh, yeah.
he's a right good sailor. He's just a little crazy. But that's fine. That's all you need is a good sailor
All right.
to get you back.
Come on, let's get them in the boat. And so he helps to get, As has been casting, he used up his restoration spell, and stuff, and did some healing while you were traveling. And then he stops here and does a little bit more treating in order to get you to where only those 4 are wounded.
Okay.
He rolled pretty high on his medicines, so it worked out.
Nice.
So you get them into the boat, and then Tiber turns to you. You sure you'll be fine without me?
I think we'll be all right.
All
I'll
right.
bring them back.
Well, so Anna, in case you wonder, the moon rises,
Goodbye,
Over
Tyler.
there.
Goodbye.
which means that
Goodbye.
Dravenel is that way. If you get lost, just
I know. Thank
Alright.
you very much. I appreciate it.
and then Tiber will jump into the boat, and he's like, talks to Buhead. You ready to go? Yeah. I like you. Yeah, let's go. And he gives him the rope. Tiber grabs a hold. Let me see real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you sent Tiber, who is a very strong man,
Yeah.
and so they definitely will pass their athletics check to get back.
Good.
If they had critically failed, they would have had the same results as if you had, and would have had to fight
Battle
off things.
sea
Yep.
demons. Sea demons.
So, you have now gotten the wounded off. And now you are left with 10 Hell Knights. You and Aas.
All right.
And Leto.
Well, I guess we should probably set up camp and wait until morning to leave.
As you say that, Stella walks up. Anna, we don't have any provisions. We aren't prepared for anything. We didn't.
Well, we have some things.
What? I mean, there's 2 of you. How much could you bring?
I mean, you'd be surprised. We've got the cabin, and then
You have a what?
It's a cabin. It's like a pop-up cabin. It as
And As will say.
Turn to As.
And you watch as Az takes a seat, pulls out his plank of wood, throws it out, and then you watch as it again continues this unfolding of what shouldn't have more to unfold, and it turns into this, wood cabin that will sleep 6. But you can have, you can do shifts and things like that. You do also, I don't know if you remember, but you and Az in your packs originally had tents.
Yeah.
So each one of those can sleep.
So I thought we would do the cabin and then the tents, and then we'll have 2 people on watch. So, I mean, realistically,
You'd need to have 4 people out.
4 people on watch?
Yeah, because you have 12.
If 13.
13.
So the 6 people in there, and then each tent can take 2 people or 4 people.
Not 4. They can take 2. They're
2.
small tents. Technically, I think they're only supposed to take 1, but you can get
em.
close. You can squish. You can get close.
So then we'll do the 2 tents that he and I both have.
Yeah. So then you're to 10, and then 3 people cycling on watch.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, that's the cabin. Ta-da! Isn't it wonderful? Maybe. Why are you rolling so many times?
Okay. These are checks for their drained and enfeebledness.
Oh, dear heavens. Okay. Anyway, so just looking at Stella. There it is.
Well, that is better.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, now that we've got the wounded off, we have a plan. We have a place to sleep.
Yes, we do.
Okay, we've got things are moving forward. Good. I would like you now to roll me a perception check.
My physical dice seem to be having a hard time lately, so we are going to roll it here. Ooh, 32.
32. Check this DC there. I think, yep. Okay. With that, I will not have you be flat-footed as Stella goes to punch you in the face. But she rolled a nat 20.
Oh, no!
So you will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from her fist as she punches you in the face.
Just like, Stella! What the bloody hell?
And then she is going to take her second action to attack one more time. Do you attempt to defend?
I would like to step away, please. I do not want to get hit again.
Okay. 19.
She has to bloody get over a 31.
That's a 32. It's plus 19 to hit, and it's 13 on the roll.
She's just hitting me with her fists. How is it
just
a
her
plus
fist.
19?
It's always attack. She's proficient with her fists.
If I can't be proficient with my tail, she shouldn't be proficient with her fists.
You're proficient with your fists, too. That is 3 points of bludgeoning damage there as well.
Did she whack me in the face again?
Yep. Actually, this time I'm going to say she's, because you were backing up. She punched you in the face once and then once in the side. That's the end of her round. That is the end of her turn. What do you do?
I'm just going to kind of put a hand up and be like, Stella, do you really want to, do a full fight right now?
Roll me a diplomacy check.
That didn't really roll. That just landed. Anybody have enough for a hero point?
You've used one hero point, but
That
you
was
have
a
the one
natural one.
you have the one you start the session with.
Okay, fine. I'll start. Used to do that. Oh, that's much better. That's a 16.
Okay.
This was for what? Diplomacy? 16, 16, 32.
32. She does not pursue at this point, but she just says, if you're not dead, then you left. How could you desert us?
Just still kind of holding my jaw. Well, they were going to kill me. So I had an option to stay and be killed or leave and try and survive.
And you didn't ask for help?
You made your opinion perfectly clear before I left.
Opinion on what? On them killing you? I don't remember ever being asked if I had opinion on them
not-
killing you.
Not on them killing me. On the fact that you stood with the Hell Knights. You were going to follow orders. And if you came with me, there was always a chance that you would go back and tell them where I was.
You thought She turns around and walks
Stella, stop.
towards the cabin. I'll let you do another diplomacy to try and get her to stop.
Okay.
DC rises up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Whoa, that's a 19, 35.
Okay, she stops.
Stella, look, I'm sorry. But I also didn't want to drag you into this. I knew there was a target on me. I didn't want you to be a part of it. You seemed happy with your life here. And you and I both know that I was not the sort of individual to let the things slide that have been happening. I mean, obviously you weren't either, but you know what I mean.
Anna, you don't know what's been happening.
I don't know what's been happening, and I would really love it if you told me.
First, what actually happened? Because from what we've been told, you and Captain Trionis chased a group of slaves that were trying to escape down to the bottom of the somehow they said there was an opening down there at some point, and these slaves thought they could get out. One of them was Titus's slave, and so when he saw you chasing his slave with sword drawn, he was startled and attacked to protect his property.
Yeah, that's definitely not how it all went down.
From what they told us, in that the fight ensued. You were killed, and as well as the slave.
No, that's not true.
And then, in defending herself, Captain Trionis did manage to subdue him. And that's what we heard.
Is Trionis alive?
Yeah.
Is she very on board with everything that's going on?
Yeah.
Truly.
Like it's weird, Anna. So the next morning when I wake up, Trionis is in prison, and Titus is in the medic. Brutus is also injured, and
yes.
they kept her in the prison until Titus woke up. And then when Titus woke up, they apparently talked about what had happened, and then suddenly were the best of buddies. Kuth Waldwin called them both in to discuss what happened, and when they left the meeting, she was
enchanted.
their best buddy, and she's Titus's personal bodyguard now.
She's completely been enchanted.
So, yeah. And that's where it's been.
The woman that I knew would never have done that. Ever.
She would have done that if what happened was what we were told.
And that's definitely not what happened. She and Brutus came down to defend us because we were trying to escape. They knew that I had discovered what they were doing.
You never told me what they were doing.
But I thought Baldwin did a demonstration. There was the council meeting, and he showed everybody what he was doing.
So, okay, I got some. I know that he was doing that. That he was taking the souls for the automatons from the prisoners and stuff like that.
And the slaves, and we're going to take yours, and has been trafficking in lost souls and stolen souls all over the continent.
See, didn't know that.
Yes. Well, we discovered that after we left. But let me just... So, yes, the exit into the mountain was real. And Aas and I knew that we could get out that way. So we both also knew that we were going to be killed if we didn't leave. So we tried to escape, and Titus followed, and he attacked us. And we had to defend ourselves. And if it wasn't for Captain Trionis and Brutus showing up at the last moment, we would have been killed. But
So
we managed to get out, and the entrance to the mountain that would have gone to where we went has been blocked. So it's no longer a viable option.
So, okay, so you went down there, I'm guessing with him, and she turns to point to Aas.
Yes.
What's his connection in all this?
He's Titus's slave.
I get that, but like...
That's not really something for me to discuss, because that's his story.
Okay. But somehow, while you and I are supposed to be partners, you've got a different partner that you're running away with.
Well, you make it sound like we were having an affair. That's not what
Well,
we were doing.
I mean, you run away with a pretty boy. Like,
Stella, you know me better.
well, I mean, come on.
I also have Leto with me. Do you think I've started sleeping with him?
No.
No.
Don't think that. Wait, you're sleeping with him?
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not sleeping with Aas right now. We'll see what happens in the future.
Right.
Yes.
Well, okay.
It's a thing. We're not real public about it.
So okay.
It's pretty new too.
You run away.
We ran away.
Trionis helped you.
Yes, Trionis and Brutus helped us. And the fact that you're now saying that she is buddy-buddy with the evil incarnate that is Titus, then she was enchanted. Baldwin is stupidly powerful. And he could have done it.
At this, Leto, who is there, says, she's not the only one.
No, of course not. Based on what you've said, he's basically enchanted anyone who has opposed him.
He has... So after you left, for a short time, there was all the excitement.
Yes.
All of the, oh yay, we're going to, raise up this army, we're going to go conquer the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, after the Vicarius, him and Soth Shell went back to their house in hell. Things changed.
They still don't know what's happening, do they?
I don't know. It is strange because the head of the Whisperers, or the Listeners, sorry, the spy, he disappeared. All of the signifiers who had strong mental magics were sent away on assignment. Those that were left quickly became his little group of, how do you say it? Sycophants? They have their own section they had their own section of Enfrak that was just for their little groupies. And yeah. And then, of course, lots of automaton soldiers.
What spell do you think he's using?
I have no idea.
Because it must be some type of telekinetic control.
It makes sense. It really does.
And it must be incredibly powerful for him to be able to do it, cast it once. And
these are not weak-minded people.
No. And it sounds like he's being able to do it over distance as well. Like he cast it once and then they are still under his control at distance.
Those who seem to be in this situation, they don't change back.
Well, let's try killing Coothwaldwin and see if that works.
Yes, that would be.
I think that's a really good idea.
Agreed. And so she's just kind of, again, looking at you and just being like, yeah, it's kind of what he says. I mean, Shell and the Vicarious leave. Brutus was on board at first, especially when certain things were bringing in lots of coffers. I mean, right afterward, I know that you are not in favor of the method, but afterwards, because he used all of the prisoners, I mean, the Enfrax, you know how low crime was in Enfrac before? It went down even farther.
There was no crime in Enfrac. How could it go down from zero?
Well, when they found out that if they were caught doing anything wrong, they were going to have their soul sucked out, that's a pretty good motivator.
That is a very good motivator.
So the whole area was like...
terrified.
And then it started getting weirder.
Weirder how?
Like, he was changing the rituals that we did. Oh gosh, my brain just forgot the rituals that he did. The reckonings.
Yes.
Yeah. He changed it to where you didn't do them on your own. Everyone had to come together at once and do their reckonings together with him in the front, watching. He said to make sure that none were swearing themselves to a lesser goal.
That might have been my fault.
How so?
I did not necessarily do my reckonings for Asmodeus.
She looks over at Leto, and they both chuckle. And I don't think anyone is surprised by that. Even remotely.
That's true, but I don't know. He sounds absolutely insane, and I think the best option is for us to kill him.
Well, and then it got... The thing that broke all of us was in the sacking of Pezek.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be in a way, a peaceful occupation. We go in, we take away those that were unwanted, that were drains on society. And then we help...
Who defines what a drain on society is?
That's the very surprisingly good question. Didn't think of that at the time.
I have very good questions most of the time.
But
people just don't listen.
We... Yeah, okay.
That wasn't directed to you. That was just in general. People just don't listen to me.
But just to make it short, in the end, he had everyone from the town in the square come together to swear their loyalty to the law and the great leader, Cuthwaldwin.
Does he want to be a god? Is he doing this to become a god?
I mean, you can't just become a god. I mean, unless he wants to go the Starstone, but, like, I don't know, but...
I have a feeling he might have figured out a way to do it without the Starstone.
The level of... I mean, he was... I mean... She looks at Leto. Signifiers are arrogant. Anyways.
That's true.
But,
I'm going to give Leto a side eye.
And he just kind of rolls his eyes. And then she's like, but what? His level? I don't know. But yeah, so after that, when we realize, like, it's like, this isn't about anything but him. A group of us decided, you know what? Let's go. We're going to find the other Hell Knight groups, and we're going to tell them what's really happening, and then we'll kick this guy out. And we got caught trying to leave. And that's what happened.
I'm sorry.
And then you show up, and you're supposed to be dead. And, yeah, and you flew.
Yes.
When did the flight thing start?
Recently? I don't know. That was the first time it's ever happened. So that's fun.
Okay.
Honestly, there's been a lot that has happened.
Well, we're going to have a couple of days of traveling. And we could talk then. I am tired.
Yes, please go into the cabin and rest and feel better, and we will figure out some type of food, some things. As has the ability to make something. It doesn't taste very good, but it's edible.
Is it like rations?
It tastes worse than rations, but...
As looks, he's like, no, it doesn't.
Oh, that's true, because you can make the thing, and then you can do the thing.
It tastes like travel rations.
Yes, but can't you do the thing, too? So you can do...
Give me a second. Let me see if I got the thing. Let me see if I've got the thing on my spell list today.
You know what I'm talking about.
Enhanced Vittles that makes everything taste yummy. Yes, I do. I have both Create Food and Enhanced Vittles on my spell list. So I will go ahead and I will mark off both of those as being used. And he will make wonderfully yummy food.
So then everybody kind of sits around and we eat. And it's wonderful. Should we do the hot tub? I'm gonna kind of like scoot to Aas and just be like, do you want to do the hot tub tonight? Or should we do it tomorrow?
Let's give them just to sleep. They are most likely just tired.
All right. Do you want to take first watch with me? Or do you need to rest?
Yeah, no, I'm good. And Leto says I'll take first watch too. So I'll just go over there. Everyone else needs to sleep.
Yes, they've all kind of had a bad go of it. Yeah. I'm just going to reach down and kind of touch Bruce, and just like as a comforting thing.
Which, as you touch Bruce and she looks, Stella walks over before she walks and she goes, Anna, you have a dog?
Yes, this is Bruce. This is
from the thingy that yeah.
Yes, he now is an all the time dog. And he's mine, and we can talk to each other.
Man, walks in. Walks in. So
first watch.
First watch. Roll me a perception check.
It's a 4. So actually nothing. It's a 21.
21.
Do it.
You see that there is a moon in the sky and stars and water.
Water and stars and shoreline.
Yep,
and
that's
pretty
about
waves.
That's about so nothing happens. There is no issue that you see during the night. You switch out with some other
Hold on. At some point, I do want to. In some point during the night, I do want to. During our watch, I want to go over to Leto and go sit down next to him.
Leto's sitting by the fire. Just kind of keeping it going. And he looks over at you.
So I think we need to have a chat.
Okay. And what would that be about, Anna?
What happened?
What do you mean?
What happened to you?
I lost my family fortune. I lost my nobility. I lost 2 siblings. I lost my rank. I lost my country.
Are you ready to get it all back? Or do you just want revenge?
I don't know. At this point, I don't even know who's all alive anymore. I haven't been able to get over to where my family holdings are. So, at the moment, I'm surviving, because that is what we do. But, once we have survived, I am a Hell Knight, Anna. Those who betray should fear. And you see a sternness there, a metal that, you never realized it before, because, he was always in that flirty type thing.
He was in the I'm the man's man.
But
Nice.
in this moment, you are reminded that he is a Hell Knight signifier.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good one, too. Leto, I promise to help you in any way that I can. Because I know what this is like.
We kill that little white-haired, white-skinned little Nomi, and I will be very happy.
I plan to kill him. Just so you know, we're not just playing a game in terms of strategy and whatnot. I mean, this isn't a normal war. Which, I mean, obviously, you know. I mean, that's...
I mean, it's a play for power.
Yes, but the gods have taken an interest in this.
Which?
Pharasma. And Asmodeus.
My lord, I can understand. I mean...
So weird that you say that.
You don't. I've noticed that always.
No, I don't. He's a jerk. He sent an imp to me.
One moment, we have...
We have to be parents for a second.
Be parents for a moment.
Michael, what's wrong?
Not right now, buddy.
Not right now. We will in a little bit.
We have a little kid decided to wake up. So wait, you've been contact.
Okay, so
I have prayed
as
every day of my life, and you're the one who makes that.
I know, I'm Pharasma's champion, and the person that gets to go to the boneyard is Az. It's not me.
You're what?
So that's the other part. I am a champion of Pharasma, and
Of the.
yes, and
But you were a Hell Knight.
I know, but I never really did the Hell Knight soul
No, you
thing.
never really did.
And I was promised to Pharasma as a child, so it's a whole thing. Anyway, so
I get that.
Pharasma is very interested in what's happening right now, and she has been helping me. And recently, Asmodeus sent an imp to ask me to basically do what I was already doing.
Could you give me a moment?
Sure.
Leto's going to turn to the side a little bit. He's going to walk over to the dirt. You watch as he scratches something with his finger for a moment, and then he puts his hand out, mumbles under his breath. You watch as suddenly all the scratches suddenly glow a red, fiery color, and then suddenly popping up in the middle of that is an imp.
Is it the same imp?
No.
Okay, good.
This one is a normal-looking imp. It's not in a suit. And it just is like, yes, well, I serve. Well, can I? Yes, Leto. And I was like, hello, yes. So, has our Lord been involved in the opposition against Cuthwaldwin? The High Lord is not happy with the state of Cheliax right now. No, he's not at all. And has he made contact with the representatives of other deities? Oh, there's been talking. Yes, there's been talking. I hear the whispers.
Just tell him. Anna's just going to shout this.
I did.
Was an imp sent to me as the champion of...
I don't know.
She's going to stand up and walk over, so she's not yelling it.
I don't know this. No, don't know this. That's the third question. He looks at Leto.
Oh, damn. No, that doesn't count. That does not count.
And Leto's like,
that...
fine. And he dissipates it.
That didn't count.
It was fine. He answered the one that I was most important.
All right.
Okay. So we have a god on our side.
We have two gods on our side, technically.
The Lady of Death generally does not get involved.
She does when it has to do with the River
The
of Souls.
souls.
Yes, the River of Souls is why she's involved.
Probably the one thing that would get her involved.
Yes.
And Az is sitting there and it's like, yep. And I guess since I'm here, Nethys is technically too.
Nethys hasn't really done anything, though. He's just kind of like...
All of my power comes from him. So he at least is like, okay, sweet, cool, whatever.
That's true.
And he's like, huh. Well, there is something to think about. When we have time, I will have to do a more set summoning of a higher level devil.
They probably would know more.
That will know more. I haven't for a while because Cuthwaldwin, somehow, that I do not understand, shut down summoning all throughout Infrac.
What?
All the gates. You could summon from the elemental planes.
Wow.
But you could not summon anything from a plane that might actually know anything.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which is how he kept the Vicarius and Shell from coming back.
Yes, he shut the gate to hell, didn't he?
He shut the gate, but he shut down the
Any
capability.
summoning whatsoever.
We could not summon a demon or a devil into Empharak.
Of course not. We need to get them. I really feel like that's a part of the puzzle.
Get them.
Get Vicarius and
Shell.
Shell.
I imagine they have, as much as this pains me, the Vicarius has not really been interested in the Hell Knights for a long time.
No, I understand that, but he might be interested in the idea that
He might be.
what's happening right now is completely...
I have to imagine, though, with their contacts, they might know. There is no one with higher contacts in hell
But why
than the
would hell?
vicarious of the Hell Knight Order of the Gate.
That's true.
I wonder if they aren't helping on that side.
You really think so? So they're fully on board and
With who?
with Cuthwaldwin?
No, I don't think you understand. They are helping Asmodeus
Oh,
from hell.
right. Mm-hmm. Which might explain why he would know about me.
Did the Vicarius know about you? If the Vicarius knew about you and you were worshipping Phrasma as a Hell Knight, you would have been kicked out a long time ago or had your head chopped off.
I don't know.
So I don't think he knew.
No, okay.
I don't think he cared.
That's probably more like it. You didn't care.
I mean, if Shell had known that, Shell's an undead. He's a lich. He would have done more than silence you in that chamber.
Yeah, I managed to.
Which, by the way,
Yes. What?
I still owe you for punching me. And you stole
No.
my access card.
That is true. I did do that.
Do you know the trouble I took? I lost my position because of that.
I was going to die. So, in weighing those two things, stealing your card versus dying, feel like stealing your card was the better option. I do apologize that you... well, not apologize, but I am sorry that you got in trouble. I did know that was going to happen, and it was unavoidable, but I am sorry. You have to admit, you were a little bit of a jerk.
I was a gentleman.
No, you were not.
We will have to disagree.
Yes, we will, because you were not.
You
a gentleman.
were a brute.
Well, yes, of course I was. I'm a Hell Knight. I bash things with hammers, and I cut things with swords. That's what I do. Anyway, all of that to say, I'm sorry, and I'm glad you're on our side, and we will defeat Cuthwaldwin.
And I do wonder what he's doing with the mines. The mine. These are people who are, some of them, so arrogant. They would never truly
They never submit.
submit, yeah. And yet, do you remember Impestera?
No,
Beautiful signifier.
I don't remember her.
She healed my eye when you hit me.
Wait, was this the back when our show was less friend?
You called her the B
family-friendly
word? Yes.
and I called her the B word.
Yes, that's her.
Okay. Yes, I do remember her.
She serves, and she was brought into the science division. And now she never leaves.
The science division? At all? Ever?
And she went with him to West Crown. You do realize and remember that he's not at Enfrak anymore.
No, I do know that. I know that. That's interesting.
She, one day, suddenly, all that she wanted in the world was to be with him.
Bloody hell. He's really done a number on these people. We're going to have to figure out how to disenchant them. Because they're obviously in his thrall.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you for the chat. And, yep.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to do it on my nifty.
Do it on your
because
nifty
apparently
computer.
My computer likes it better. Is nicer to me.
All right.
33.
33. Good roll.
16. Yeah. I'm like, my computer likes me way better than my physical dice do.
You realize before she speaks up that Stella is up now for her turn at watch and is walking up to the two of you. Mm-hmm. And is like, you two are being nice. Stop it.
I'm just going to kind of smile. You're like, yep. Well, good talk. Have a fun watch. I am going to go lay down.
As you get up to start walking away, Stella puts her hand on you. Is like, I guess you have a type.
What?
Pretty spellcaster boys.
But, okay. First off, I never liked Leto, so
I didn't think so. But I mean, this is
no.
Sitting together by the fire.
Nope. Get all of those thoughts out of your head. That is not happening. And honestly, As is the only man that I've ever been in love with. So.
Oh, this isn't just like. This is like.
What are you, 12?
No, but okay. I guess dating wasn't really a thing in the Hell Knights.
No, we didn't date anyone. Besides that, I wasn't interested in dating anyone.
True. With how perceptive you are, Az is not too far away, and you can hear him chuckling. He's like,
all right, pretty wizard boy.
And Leto turns around.
Not you. Oh, no. Az. Oh, sorry. Charles.
I think in the current company, and with most likely what the company is going to be, it might be wise to make a change.
That's just...
Gonna be hard, yeah, I get it.
Well, you just said that you would never take that name.
Never is a long time.
It is.
And I can't say I'm the same person that said that.
I can promise you're not.
To bed?
Yes, to bed. You reach out and kind of just take his hand.
Okay. So you go and try and find accommodations there amongst all the people.
Amongst all of the individuals, like Az and I can share a cot and we'll be like super squished
Give us
against each
snuggles.
other.
Just
Be like, do you like to snuggle? I hope you do because we're really close to each other.
All right. You sleep through the night. A couple of the watches happen. Nothing happens on the night.
That's good.
Although in the morning, Az suddenly gets up and walks through. All right, everybody up, everyone out. Everyone has to get out.
Groggily.
The house is going to disappear. And they're like, wait, what?
She's like, that's definitely a thing that happens. Yep. And
it's going to disappear. Everyone out.
Blurrily, Anna is going to reach down and kind of grab the scruff of Bruce's neck and have him like kind of help her in her blurry morningness.
And as after a couple minutes after everyone gets out, you watch as suddenly the planks of the house begin to fold back together into the singular plank. And the spell has expired for the cozy cottage.
Well, I look around at everyone that is left over and say, "It's kind of nice, isn't it?"
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So I believe we should have a little bit of food, not a ton, because we are going to be traveling, and I don't want anyone to get an upset stomach, because that happens. And then we will board the horses and go.
Okay. All right. So you get together. You are doubling up some people on horses.
Yeah, so right? Az and I are going to be on a horse together.
Okay.
Stella probably needs her own horse. She is half orc.
She's fairly
very large.
Fairly large.
Are these war horses or are these like like Arabians or
These are Hell Knight
Knights.
horses.
These are war horses.
These are strong horses. You do see 2 Hell Knights do double up. A female tiefling and a goblin.
That's creepy.
Well, the goblin is small.
That's true. That makes sense.
And so, it makes sense for her to double up.
The goblin was a Hell Knight?
Yes.
When did we start letting goblins in?
There's been goblins in the Hell Knights for a while.
How did they make... Did they make armor for goblins that size? Okay.
No, let me kind of give you the breakdown of your little party running out.
All right.
So at the moment, you do have, of course, Stella.
Uh-huh.
You've got
Hey, chaotic
Tiber.
Typos.
There is an orc male. You've got a cat folk. There are 3 human males, a goblin, a tiefling girl, and then an elf.
Right, I'm going to look at the cat folk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to say, ears on a swivel.
Always.
Thank you. All right, troops, let's go.
And you begin to head out. You do see Leto is also one that doubled up since he is less beefy and isn't, wouldn't be as.
He's
does,
kind of a tall, lanky character.
Yep, and he, you notice that he doubles up with the female elf.
Is he behind her, in front of her?
He's behind.
Interesting.
Leto gets around.
Yes, I know he does.
So you ride off. So I want
Into the sunset.
into the sunset.
Except that it's morning.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So this it's going to be a survival check. You've got 3 options: you, Bruce, or Az.
Frick. Let's do Bruce.
And
we
I
can
will say
send
that
Bruce
you guys,
ahead.
I will say you took that map off of the wall, so you do have a map that you guys are using to kind of gauge where you're at.
Okay. All right, so that is a D20 roll, please. Dang. That is a 13, so 30.
30. Good roll. So with that, and with what Tyra told you about positioning and directions, now, real quick.
And the position of the North Star.
Yes. During the day.
Because I can see it.
What is your plan? So are you heading along the coast a little bit and then
so
going
we're gonna
inland?
head,
Or
So what I want to do is I want to head along the coastline as far as we... There it is. As far as we can go along the coastline because it is going to... Unless there's like craggy cliffs, it's going to probably be...
a little easier.
A little easier. So we're going to go along the coastline until we get within... I'll send like Bruce ahead or whatever scouts ahead to see, and then as soon as we get close to one of the encampments, we'll skirt around.
I want you to roll me a second. So roll me a second survival roll,
Okay.
and then I want
Of Bruce or of me?
whoever's doing it.
Okay. Whoever's scouting ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will say that Az made sure he prepared Wanderer's Guide.
Oh.
So you don't have half on difficult terrain, because all this would be fairly difficult.
Difficult terrain.
But he will help you with that.
Okay, so that's a 12. So that is a 29 for Bruce for survival.
Okay, so with that, you are able to, over the 2 days, because it would take you about 2 days to get down the coast that far, you're able to get down, to where you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure we are far enough that any closer you are going to have to worry about patrols.
Okay. Then let's cut into the mountain a little bit.
Okay.
Like let's cut in and have Az do Wanderer's Guide so that we can get through
Okay.
easily.
So here's a question I'm going to ask you for this.
Okay.
Are you more focused on making good time?
No, we are focused on being stealthy.
All right, so then I am going to ask.
This is where I wish we had passed without a trace.
Yes, it would be nice, wouldn't it? So let me check real quick.
Homebrew it. Just kidding. Just kidding. To all of our D&D friends out there. It's okay. You guys can have that one spell.
So, I will give you I need a stealth roll.
Okay.
And here's the way I'm going to do this. So you are going with a bunch of people. However, I don't think you guys, do you see, and this is a question I didn't ask before, so I'm going to ask you now and let you decide this.
Okay.
Did the Hell Knights strip the armor from the guards, or did they just try to get out of there?
They would have stripped the armor.
Okay, so you are
100%.
you're all going in armor, but that was a prison camp in the middle of the woods. They're not wearing.
No, they're like in leather armor.
They're like in leathers, studded leather.
Studded leather, which didn't exist.
Yep, they're in things like that. So I'm gonna say you don't have the clunkiness of chainmail or anything like that on you.
I mean, I wouldn't have that on either because we were trying to be stealthy.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do then. Anna, what is your stealth modifier?
19.
19. So I'm going to ask you to roll one stealth for yourself.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume that the other Hell Knights are similar once for the rest of the party of Hell Knights.
So I'm rolling right now for everyone.
For you and for them. Not for Aas, but for you and them.
Hero points? People, if you have hero point, please throw it at me right now. Please. No!
Is that a nat 1?
That was a natural 1. Seriously, I need a hero point. You guys, I need a hero point. I need a hero point. Somebody please throw a hero point into the chat. Please. Please, 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 please.
So, let's see.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute.
Help
We're on
Hayley
a delay.
out?
We're on a delay.
I know.
You guys, it was a natural 1. That's bad. That's really, really bad.
Maybe they want to see what will happen if you roll a nat 1. So,
come on,
oh
dude.
no, there's 2.
Ha!
One
Yes.
from Skagwater and one from Lost Tribes Game.
Okay. We're gonna re-roll this thing. We are re-rolling this thing. Okay, hold on. Let me put in that I have 2 hero points. Well, 1. Okay. It didn't do the ding ding thing. That's annoying. It wasn't much better. It's a 23.
A 23. Not much better. Was that for you?
That's for me.
Okay. Roll now for the group of Hell Knights.
Okay. Come on, baby. Ooh. Oh, so much better. 34.
Okay. That helps. Now
Yes.
let's see what Aas rolls.
Okay.
Okay. So.
What do you mean you're evening it? Oh, and then Skagwater redeemed a villain point.
Aas only rolled a 3.
No. Somebody give Aas a hero point. Wait.
I have my my 1 hero point.
Ooh, hero point.
I will use that here. Oh, that was close to rolling a 1. 23.
That's a little bit better.
So 23, you had got a what?
I got a 23.
And then the party got a
34.
Okay, since the party is more people, you managed to be somewhat stealthy, but you know that the next day, as you're actually crossing the border, if you don't roll higher than that, you might have some problems.
Okay.
So, you come up upon, you got the border. There are patrols going along here between the 2 checkpoints. Now, I want you, where's the map? Now, on the map, I want you to show me, where did you go?
So we went, is this one of the encampments?
That is where you got them.
That's where we got them.
And then there's 2 small dots
And those
along
2
the
are
dotted
the
line.
Okay. So I would say we went inward a little bit to like go through the foothills.
So did you try and go? Did you go around both of them or between them?
I was thinking we would go around both of them.
Okay. All right. That drops the DC a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll one more time
Around them.
for the next day.
Okay.
Moment of truth, where a tiefling shows what she's made of.
Come on.
What is it?
It's a hero point. That's what it is.
Was it a 1?
Nope.
Haley likes to use her hero points because she knows you guys are gonna give her more.
It's a 5. It was a 5, so it was 24.
Okay.
But I want to use a hero point and try again.
All right, that's your last hero point.
19, baby, 30 freaking 8.
Nice. All right, now roll for the party. I will let you know. Az got a 32.
Nice. 33.
33.
For the party.
The guards, the patrols.
Can't see anything. We are masked.
Rolled a 6. For a max of only 25. You manage to sneak between patrolling groups. You're able to kind of see, okay, I can see that they just passed, go. And you manage to cross the border
We're like the forest
into
people.
Revenel without combat.
And it's kind of sad, though, because Weston created a whole thing, and it's, like, sitting right here, and it's really cool looking. Maybe
So,
we should just show everybody anyway.
Nope, no.
No?
So, you now don't have any other problem. Now that you're back in Revenel, you then continue your road back to the encampment. You get there in the 4 days
Okay, good.
that you had assumed you could get.
Okay.
As you come close to the camp, you are tired, but not bad. I mean, this is forced marches are a normal thing for the Hell Knights.
Yeah.
They're all in pretty good situations. They've been able to sleep each night. We'll say you did some hot tubs.
Yes.
But you now return to the camp as you begin to approach. Some guards and some scouts do see you coming. They do run up just to check from the prison camp, from the war camp.
Okay.
They do run up to kind of see who's there. Okay, but then what's the riding order?
Bruce and I are in the front.
Okay.
For sure, because Bruce is kind of the one doing the whole thing. And then I'm thinking we would have Leto in the middle and no. Az in the middle. Nope. Yes. Az in the middle and then Leto at the end. And Stella by me.
And you are where again?
In the front.
Okay. They recognize you. You are
Insert Indiana Jones adventure music. Dun, 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 dun.
Actually, let me.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna go find it?
No, I don't have that one. That would be copyright.
Oh shoot, copyright.
But we will do a little bit more exciting as you ride into the camp. Let's get some. Mm-hmm. You enter. The people recognize you and see you, and you hear a cheer rise up, and you roll me a perception check.
Okay. No, I don't want that one. I want that one. That was almost a 1. 24.
24. With the 24, you do catch. At first, you have a hard time understanding some of the things that are being yelled out. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you realize that...
Are they saying mean things or nice things?
They're saying Dragon Slayer. The Dragon Slayer is here.
I'm going to kind of be a little bashful.
And Stell looks over at you and like, what have you done since you left?
There's a lot of things that I've done. The dragon one is not as exciting.
How
as
do
it
you always
sounds.
manage to get all the attention?
I don't. I know. I try very hard not to be in the middle of everything, and yet I seem to always be in the middle of everything. I don't mean for it to happen. It's not my fault.
Look, we got Starry Night joined.
Hi.
Starry Night! We have not seen you in a while. Welcome.
I know. Hi, sweetie.
So as you get farther in, you do then see, as you get into the camp a little bit, there stands a tall, regal woman. Next to her, little halfling. A man next to her now wearing a type of armor, but with a green cloak. In the colors of House Haltero.
It's Dominic.
Dominic, waiting for you and the party.
I'm gonna kind of come up and swing my leg over and off and get down and then do a bow. And like a traditional bow, since I'm in armor, because I don't have to curtsy when I do that. And then kind of wave back and see. Well, we managed to get some of them. How are the wounded that we sent?
They are well. They have been tended to, and then you hear yell out, "Alas! You made it!"
It's Tiber. Tiber!
Yes.
Oh.
He has been anxiously waiting your return. They returned, of course, swiftly via the boat, and informed us of the deeds at the fort. You have returned with greatly needed help, and hopefully intelligence that can help us.
I think so. I think that this is going to give us the information that may fill some holes.
Well, I will want to talk more, but at the moment I must return. The whole of the army has returned, and I have the nobility requiring and demanding many things. So we will speak again soon.
All right.
And she turns around and motions to Dominic, and then she walks back towards her tent, and Dominic walks towards you. Well, you do it again.
Do what?
What you do. So, I imagine we'll need to find places for your friends.
Yes. There's 10 of the Hell Knights that...
We already have, they've informed us how many would be coming.
Okay.
We're happy that everyone who set off made it. Did you have
Yes.
trouble at the border?
No, actually. We managed to time our exit from Cheliax just right.
They, from what we can gather, they aren't caring about our border much.
Yes, I find that very interesting. I'm not sure exactly why. Other than Kuth Waldwin has his sight set on something different. Someone different.
Yeah. Which is both comforting and worrisome.
Terrifying, yes.
Well, we will get them settled, of course, and I imagine fed?
Yes, I think food and sleep is in order.
Who, I imagine, he turns to Tiber, who's there. He's like, I'll take care of him. I was the highest ranking member to survive.
They're in good hands with you, Tiber.
I'm like, all right, well, let's get you all set up. As Ana, I'm sure you have your tents and will want to rest from your travels.
Yes, I believe so.
We will, of course, as the Domina said, we will debrief you. Most likely tomorrow. The nobility are demanding.
Yes, I imagine they are.
There is also planned for the day after for a council of war. And we will want you there
Of course.
to give all the information you can.
Absolutely.
And Tiber's like, what about us? He's like, we will definitely want your assistance. However, the council will have many high-ranking officials, and I will be honest, we don't know you. Not yet.
Tiber is trustworthy. He is.
But to have access to the inner discussions of a war council, not at this point.
Right.
It is nothing personal, but
Yes.
there are concerns. Well, let us get you set up. And so they do. They get everyone into, tents for themselves with places to rest and different things that they need. And they'll be taken care of. So you are now free of your Hell Knights. I think right now we are going to take a little break.
Oh, we're going to take a break and not.
I need to go tinkle.
Okay.
We're not done yet. It's only been 2 hours. Haley's tired. We need to get her
I'm
some
really
peppermint. So
tired.
we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're going to see what happens now that we are back at the camp.
Yay!
And hopefully this will work for me.
Are you putting up our cute little 5 minutes?
I
We're right back.
got it to work. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello. So Hayley is still grabbing herself a drink of water, but wanted to respect that timer there. So we are going to wait just a minute longer until she gets back. I do agree with Starry Night. I hope how is everyone? We've got, I think Labor Day is coming up. So anyone got really fun plans for the holiday weekend? I know I really don't, but I actually leave for California the day after. So for me, it's just a matter of, okay, get packed and get ready that day. Because next day, head out for a week to California for work. So it's great. I love going, but it's also, I've never been the biggest traveler, which is funny. Considering I always wanted to travel, but I want to travel to like cool places, not to like, work all day. I guess I could turn off the horse stomping. We're not walking around anymore. There's no horses here. Which I should say, music for the episodes we actually get through Sirenscape. They are an amazing program for providing sound effects and music for your games. So if you are looking to add some flair and some ambiance to your games, Sirenscape is a wonderful program. We get their subscription, and then we get access to all of their content, and there's a lot there. Especially if you run pre-made, or the, not pre-made, but the modules from either for Pathfinder or D&D or anything else. They've got sound setups for each of those already in here. So you just say, you're running, Curse of Strahd. They've got all of them in there for each of the different scenes in the module. Yeah, teeth pulling does stink. I got my wisdom teeth taken out. And I recovered pretty quick. I've known other people who have been swollen for a lot longer. I recovered pretty dang quick. And then there are those, weird people who don't have to because they just have enough room in their mouths. They're just that big mouthed. All right. All right.
I got some snacks.
She got some snacks. She got her drink. And we can now jump back into this. So.
What are we talking about?
Took me 2-ish months to finish it. Released TTRPG this morning.
Yeah, a brand new one. Congratulations.
Make sure to message us about it, and we can drop it in TTRPG news and community announcements.
Yes.
In our next TTRPG news.
Yeah, just shoot me a message.
Just go pew 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 pew. Shoot it.
Just like that.
Yep. And you must put in the email or the message
pew.
pew. Is a requirement.
You don't really have to. Okay.
You know how it's PS, like postscript? For us, it's just PP. For
PP?
pew pew.
For pew
Pew
pew. Pew pew. Oh,
All right.
You emailed us about it earlier today? Well, good.
Beautiful. We'll check the email.
I only check it once a day, so if you sent it after I check it, then... And I don't want any comments about the way that I eat string cheese, okay?
She doesn't string it.
So no...
She just takes it straight.
Oh my gosh.
And she takes her water on the rocks.
I do! Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, wait, you guys, we're going to see The Invitation tomorrow, and I'm so excited.
Yes, she wants to go see a vampire movie.
My little vampire heart's very excited.
It's been a while since a vampire movie.
I know, a good one. No, not like a blood, guts, and sex one.
String it, and then another bite, and then string it. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
No, she doesn't. But
nom 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 nom.
You have now just let the Hell Knights are now going. They're getting into their accommodations there at the camp. You do notice that as they leave, that Dominic is kind of guiding where they're going, but there are 2 guards that come up to him in the front, and 3 guards that turn and follow behind the group.
Well,
they're not harassing them at all, but they are definitely watching.
It's going to take time for them to trust an entire group of Hell Knights.
True that. So,
Understandable.
Ana,
I'm going to go back to our tent. I'm talking to Az.
Oh, did you say want to?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't really
How?
have...
I have to ask Anna. Although I know who all those people are because I had dossiers on them. As a
that's
spy within
great.
the Infarak, I had to know who everyone was.
Oh, dang it.
But
I didn't add enough of this, your BCAAs to make this.
oh,
taste
you'd
really
need
good.
to add like 3 scoops to make that really. But I did not have a personal connection with them. How are you doing with? Like, this is, you had your old life, we ran away, new life, and now old life come back.
Let's get to the tent first. So
Okay.
we're just going to kind of walk quickly. Drop the horse that we were riding off
You drop the
at the stables.
the
at
horses
livery. And kind of go into our tent. There's the word.
Yep. So you go into
Sorry,
your
that took me a
tent.
second.
You Az goes and he sits down on your bed and just kind of pats next to it, kind of come sit.
Mm-hmm. I come and sit down and kind of. This is it's very strange to have the two worlds collide the way that they have. I'm not sure how to kind of process everything, especially with the way in which we got everyone out. Well, half of everyone. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have Stella back, and to have my best friend who was like a sister to me. I am just kind of dealing with it, I guess. I don't know. I'm probably not being very healthy about it, but I mean, it's good though. It's good that we're back here and we have more information now than we did before.
And it's good to know that. I know this is a bit dark, but you're not going to have to face them on the battlefield.
Yes.
I mean,
And
imagine. I mean, in the end, even though she was a little, forceful in the way she went about it, in a way, Stella is saying you were right.
That's what the punch said to you?
Oh no, the punch said, "I'm mad at you," but then
Oh.
after that was a "you're right."
That was a second punch. The second punch was a "you're right" second punch?
Sure.
Okay. Kind of like bop your shoulder. I know. And, it's nice to have someone that I know has such a good heart come to a place that I came to, but I always knew that she needed to get there herself, which is why I didn't ask her to come.
I will say, Anna, although she agrees with you and says you're right about with Waldwin, I do believe she still believes in the Hell Knights.
I know. That's her life. That's what she wanted. They saved her. They saved her family. And I'm never going to try and convince her that the Hell Knights are not good.
Whereas for you, they took you. It's a very different start to the first impressions mean a lot.
They do. So I'm fine with that aspect. But
Well, I think that we need to clean ourselves from the road. And I think that I can convince the cooks to make us What did you call it? A charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board?
Yeah.
How do you know the way to my heart is with cheese, meats, and crackers?
That has been a secret that I have kept to this moment.
No. Yes, that would be very nice and lovely. I will gather my things and go to the local wherever we bathing place. I don't know where we're bathing.
They have areas
in our tent.
They have of course areas for you to get cleaned up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Although Az can always walk just a little bit outside of the area and just make himself a hot spring.
That's true.
But yes, so you guys get cleaned up. I swear during the Christmas season, I'm gonna need to like have on here, for Ko-fi instead. It's donate money to buy Hayley charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie board.
Because we've never actually like gotten a full board.
We haven't.
But Hayley brought them up in this campaign, and it just I'm like,
and
what?
Everything that Az got to eat for a while was just
all charcuterie boards. But
it was pretty funny.
You then is there anything else you want to do for the day?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think Anna would be really tired from the traveling and just want to like get dressed, eat food, and pass out.
Yep. So you and Az just kind of lounge and rest. Az reads books and stuff like that, and you just kind of have a relaxing evening.
Anna like takes, even though they have people to do it, she's like gonna take out her weapons and clean them and polish them. And
the routines. You do notice something. Farmer Magdalene's bed isn't there anymore.
Az?
It has been taken out from the tent.
Az?
Yeah.
Apparently Farmer Magdalene doesn't like us anymore.
Oh. That is true. Should we ask?
Where she is?
Okay, yeah, let us. I mean, she was out there earlier, but
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna go out the tent and I'm gonna go find the closest person,
okay.
like guard or whatever.
Your tent's in that inner circle area, so there are guard/servant people standing around, that can serve any need that you have.
Okay, I kind of just like touch one and say, "Excuse me."
Yes.
Can you point us to where Farmer Magdalene is staying now?
Oh, of course, she's right over there. And they points to another tent that's just a little farther down.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to it.
Okay.
And knock on the pole.
Knock on the pole. As you do, the tent opens and you see that it's actually opened by, oh gosh, and I don't have his name in front of me, but the old captain of
Octavio?
Yes.
Hello. We are looking for Magdalene.
Yeah, her cot's over there. And he opens up to let you in. And by the way, heard about getting those Hell Knights. It's going to be an interesting journey. It is an interesting experience leaving.
That is if they all want to actually leave.
True.
They might not want to.
And so if you,
Yes.
he just kind of motions.
Thank you. And as soon as his back is kind of turned and Farmer Magdalene is looking towards us, I'm going to just be like,
What?
is that happening?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
100%. What?
He's married.
Oh. Well, okay, never mind. Then.
He has grandkids.
I just was wondering. He
No,
was
I
in
just-
your tent and he answered your flap.
Well, they had an open spot here. And I figured that, it might be nice for you two if there wasn't another person in your tent.
Oh, you moved for us?
Yeah.
You didn't.
I thought you might want a little
Alone
privacy.
Time, alone.
That's all.
Alone time. Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
Is Az in the room at this point?
Yep. Sorry, I didn't blow my. Yep. Az is behind you.
Okay.
Oh.
How was it here while we were gone?
Yeah, Az tried to hide it, but he's beat red.
But how were things here while we were gone? Did anything happen
Well,
besides?
the nobility came.
Yes.
And
Mr. Michael's here.
Oh yeah, he is. Sir Michael is here. Yeah, he's got. So if you go up towards the front of the camp, that is where a lot of the camp followers, like the different merchants and stuff like that, are wanting to support the army. He's on the very front of that, so the closest to the camp. But it's still his setup because he's an interesting one. Because not only does he have, of course, his carts there, but he has set up changing and dressing tents and try it on tents. So like you go in and there's
fitting rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
He has got 4 fitting rooms there for the nobility to come in and
Are they
do
like
fittings.
those sports pop-up tents so that people can change?
Kind of. So like he's got this whole setup
awesome.
to where, you know, the nobility can come, they can get their custom made gown, the specific color that they need to make it match something or not match someone else for all of any of the meetings and such.
Oh man, this is no longer a war camp. This changed into something drastically different.
Yes.
Oh, this is really funny.
At least that section. And you will, she'll kind of detail out to you. So there's the main war camp, which is the Domina's war camp. But now the nobility of here, they each brought troops with them. So there are now different camps that have filled in the grassy areas, each one with their noble at the center.
Different. Yeah.
So each of them are commanding their troops as part of her army.
Okay.
So you're in the Domina's troops.
Space.
Yeah, in her space. They're not here. They are out in their own ones.
Okay. That makes sense. Great. So they came and obviously caused a ruckus. Because that's what they do.
Always. He's in my spot. No, that's my spot. Oh, but that has the best, you know, I'm supposed to be the one the closest to the Domina. No, I'm supposed to be at her right. No, my family privilege gives me, it's just, So I just listen and gather the information because that's what we do.
No, that makes sense. There hasn't happened to have been any additional information about my sister besides
Nothing at the, no,
okay,
nothing more at this time.
right.
But we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Wait, why? Oh, it's the count. It's the
Yes.
Yes, that is true. That'll be fun. I
So
hope.
yeah, no, I just thought that, you know, 2 young people could use some time.
I appreciate the
I was
thought.
young once.
Yes, you still are very young.
Oh, that's sweet.
I mean, you're a halfling. They live for a long time, don't they?
They live about normal.
Well,
Little longer, but
okay then.
so
Well, I guess we shall go back to our tent. I just wanted to know where you were, considering the fact that you...
oh yeah, no
Just
problem.
left.
Yeah. So yeah, if you
Um,
need anything, I'm right here.
Okay,
And I'll be around.
wonderful. Sounds good. Thank you very
Of
much.
course.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
She's just gonna kind of just leave the tent and kind of look at Az and then just start giggling.
And as is looking kind of straightforward, but he's composed himself. Well, I guess we go back to our tent.
Yes. Where everyone apparently is under the impression that we are doing things that we are not.
Charcuterie boards?
Yes, we're doing charcuterie
Let's
boards.
go do charcuterie boards.
Okay, let's go do
So
charcuterie boards.
you go, you get some food, salted meats cut thin, and stuff like that. If that's anything
It really
else,
is my favorite.
I don't really buy. I need to buy you a charcuterie board. Anything else on the day that you want to do?
No. Just kind of relax and
Alright.
and try to recuperate from. And in the evening, I think we might go out and, or I might. Az can do whatever he wants. He's his own person. But I'm gonna go out and just kind of mingle with the soldiers, and
Okay. So
I'll wait to go see Sir Michael until the next morning.
So you go sleep well. You're back in your beds, no problems. The next day, you wake up, and so you wanted to go try and see Sir Michael in the morning.
Yes, in the morning.
I will say, as you go and head out towards, you ask some different people, and we're able to find where his camp is. As you get close, you do you see one of his servants that you would know from his home, and as you ask for him, they do say that, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's no way he can see you today. Everyone is wanting gowns for the council."
No, that's fine. I'm not wanting to request anything from him. I just want to say hello. I'll just poke my head in.
Okay.
Say hello.
And so she leads you to a tent where he is deep in, like he's got his elbows
deep
up.
in.
He is cutting. He is measuring. He is sewing. Like he
All right,
is
then.
in a rush order situation.
Okay. Hi. Sir Michael.
It is wonderful to see you.
No. It's fine. I just wanted to say hello.
I can't really leave right now, but
I know.
after the meetings, when things calm down, I will totally. Please come back and we can chat.
Yes, I absolutely will. I promise.
And
I
you have
just
to
want
tell
say
me
hello.
about the dragon.
Oh, you've now heard about it too.
Everyone has heard about the dragon. You just funded the war.
I did. Oh, yes, there was that giant horde in the cave.
You just paid for the whole campaign.
Well, I didn't technically.
You killed the dragon,
But
which gave the gold.
Okay.
No?
True. Okay.
Voila.
Yes. Et voila. Okay, we will come back later and we'll have a better real chat.
Now he does pause. Now, tell me you brought some of my gowns for the meeting?
Yes.
Good. I cannot have you. You know.
I know. It's very important to you.
And wear the ones with the little heel.
Of
It's just a little bit of heel, you know.
but okay.
Yeah. And gets back to sewing.
It's kind of like fingers crossed. Okay, like yeah, right, not gonna happen. That's definitely not something that's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah,
All right.
I guess we'll go get ready for.
Now I'm going to ask, Michael, of course, has his opinions, but are you coming in armor or are you coming in gown?
Armor.
Okay. Roll me a society check.
Okay. Because I know the gown would probably. Oh jeez, I have a +1.
Do you want Az? Do you want to ask Az?
Oh, I got a total of 20 because I got a 19.
Hey, there we go.
Yes, I would like Az. I'll go to Az and ask him. Be like, would it honestly be better if I wore my dress?
And Az will say, although of course you look fabulous in the dress, but since this is a war camp, it is acceptable.
Okay, so then I'm going to do that. I don't want to wear the dress.
It is acceptable to wear armor since you are a soldier, and this is a war camp.
I already wore the dress once.
If you noticed, what was Dominic wearing?
Robes? No.
I
thought
told
he
you Dominic was wearing wearing armor,
Oh,
but with his green cloak and green accents like that. But he was actually wearing some armor.
okay. My brain focused on the cloak.
Gotcha.
Then yes, I will just wear my armor.
Yeah. So
Much to with Sir Michael's.
yes, he will. He will definitely have something
He's
to say
not going
about that.
be happy about that.
All right, so you kind of wait around, do other things and stuff like that until it is time to meet with the Domina and for the Council of War. So as you approach, it is definitely the tent area is busy. There are representatives from each of the noble houses, each with a guard that is standing either generally outside. There isn't enough room for all of them and the retinues inside, so they're each inside with their guards surrounding the tent.
Yeah.
You see the Domina there, in front of her, behind her table.
God, I had this.
Yes, with her crown, and in her hands her scepter, which is shaped like a piece of driftwood to remind them of the sea in which where they reside.
Is she using it as like a pointer or something?
No, she's got her staff of office there because this is an official meeting.
Oh, okay.
She is decked out like she would be for meeting with all the nobles, but at the same time, there's her table with her maps and her notes and all the other stuff, because she's trying to plan a war here. She brings in everyone and gets and calls them and calls the meeting, and she. Well, thank you all for coming here to this important occasion. We must plan and discuss what we are going to do about Cheliax and its current crusade.
We're positioned like.
Where
up
would you
against the
would you
wall?
try and position yourself?
I think I would probably, Anna.
Where would Anna position herself?
Anna,
Yeah.
probably like at the side, like closer to the tent wall, kind of standing back. She's more in a place where she wants to observe, and if called upon, she will speak. But she's kind of like pushed back a little bit.
Okay, so but she is in the back.
Like where she still has line of sight, but she's like not trying to be up in center. And
All right. So then you've got nobles, and you do see nobles from each house in their colors there. So you see, where we go? There we are. So you do see, of course, you see Rexus Vinacora, which you recognize him. You actually talked with him before, because his family were funding the hoof and
yes, the
oh geez, now I forgot the name. But the tiefling organization.
The tiefling
Yeah, so you went and met
organization
with him before.
in the devil's
You see the Holtero. Dominic's here, but as well as his father. You see Archbaroness Alamaxis, who is the one that runs the opera. You see the Count Markel Alorian. You see Baroness Belcara Jarvis. You see Joffrey Tenassin, and then Baron Sendi Varshnarsil, who you remember you guys had your bump runs in. He of course sees you both and kind of because you caught him with underground figures and making contact with thieves and such before.
Just kind of raise like a single eyebrow. Like I see you.
Yep. So they're all around, of course, in their haughtiness. And then Domina, as she is speaking, you see suddenly someone run through the door and straight over to Dominic. And Dominic puts his hand on the Domina's shoulder. She stops for a moment. And then he turns to the Domina, whispers in her ear. Dominic doesn't, and she's, "Oh. Well. It seems we have a guest who wishes to address us.
Is it freaking Couth Waldwin? I'm gonna cut his head off.
It is a representative from High Marshal of the Crusade, Couth Waldwin. He has apparently sent a representative who somehow knows that all the nobles are assembled right now.
Great.
Well, I don't think we...
Don't have a choice.
Well, get it over with.
I'm gonna put my hand on my sword.
So she will give a small motion to let them come in. And in will walk a robed figure in black robes, hooded. And behind him, two very large cloaked figures as well. There's no way they're human. They've got to be some other race because they're tall. And they bow way low in order to get through. And their heads touching pretty much almost the top of the tent.
Oh, jeez.
And then he just stands there in the, having come in. Thank you for allowing us to speak to you. Our Lord has sent us to share his message with the rulers of Ravenel. So thank you again for making time. He then pauses too long to where it gets kind of awkward. And what would he have to say to us as he makes war all across Cheliax? He does not make war. He simply works to bring all into order. His message is to leave us alone. Our eye is not on you now. Do not provoke us prematurely. In time you will see the glory of our Lord. Enjoy the show.
Do I recognize this voice?
No, you do not.
Okay. So I don't really have any suspicion that this is someone I know.
Nope, none. I mean, the voice sounds raspy. It is,
Yeah.
Human, probably, but it's, definitely weird.
Okay.
And so he, the Domina, hearing this, you say in time. We have garnered our freedom from Cheliax. We have brokered our freedom from Asmodeus himself. We will not bow the knee to a tiny, power-hungry little man. And you're raspy breathing. You won't. But you all will. But you No.
No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. Anna is like legit gonna jump in this with her sword fully like ready to
Okay,
like
you're going to attack him?
yeah.
Okay. You go to jump, but remember, you're in the back, so you've got to push your way through.
I'm not. No. Okay.
You're in line of sight, but there's still a bunch of people in this tent. It's not like you've got a clear runway.
Let me tell you the vision that I had of where I was sitting or like standing. So I'm standing, and I'm like, so like the Dominus here, and then the people are in a circle here, doing their thing. Anna and As I imagined were like standing off to the side.
Correct.
Like, kind of. Just out of the way.
You
but
are.
not behind a whole crap ton
You
of people.
could run. You have a direct line to the Domina, but not necessarily to this representative. Because he's standing in the middle of the semicircle.
How tall is the tent?
The tent, you're probably looking about 8 feet tall.
Okay, fine. I'm still going to attack. I'm still running forward.
Okay, you start to run forward. He doesn't move. I want you to roll me a perception check.
Bloody freaking hell. Is he not even there? $33.
33.
My digital
He
dice
doesn't
got me.
move, but as you move towards him, you see out of the corner of your eye a servant that had been standing behind the Domina move forward and make a quick motion.
No! No, no,
And
no,
you
no,
hear
no!
her let out a sound of pain.
No! No!
And
I'm
at the same moment, the cloaks fall off from the two huge creatures, and you see
They're
gleaming
automatons!
metal. And now I will show you what is underneath in the middle of the table. Give me one moment and to set this up. And
We do not have enough time to do this fight.
well, I at least want to show what's going to be coming up. And then I'll let the player decide if they want to jump in this.
Freaking real.
So give me one moment.
Where are the Dominus guards? Like, what the hell? Why were the Dominus guards not, like, right next to her, ready to slash somebody's face?
That was for one of her own servants.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This looks so great. So our terrain is brought to you today by Terreno. You can use a coupon code of Party of 2 RPG, and you will get 10% off your entire purchase if you would like to get your terrain patterns and compasses and whatever. Oh my gosh, Wes, this looks so good.
They put you where you guys were then based off what you told me.
Yeah, we were like to the side.
Okay, let me get the camera.
Okay, Weston is getting the camera up. Oh my gosh! Oh, babe, this looks so good. And Weston built or bought and has painted the really cool little automaton monster dudes. Holy cow, these are great. Oh my gosh. And if they're like the size of the top of the tent, then yeah, they're like 9 feet tall. Holy cow.
All right, give me 1 second.
This looks so good, babe.
And here you all go.
Okay, you're going to have to zoom out, though, so they can see the whole thing. Oh, my gosh, babe. It looks so good. It's so good.
So
there's
here
the
is
tent.
the tent. Within you have in the back the Domina, who has now been stabbed in the back. Next to her, Dominic Caltero, and then over here is Farmer Magdalene. over here, most of the nobles at this moment, as this is happening, don't let the camera, the stuff fall.
I'm not going to. I'm just
At
gonna
this
stay
moment,
over
most of the nobles turn and just run out the door
Yeah.
to get out.
So you can see Aas and Ana are over by that clock thing
Yep.
on the far side.
So I'm going to let my player decide. Do we start the next session with combat?
Yeah.
All right. My player's too tired to jump into a combat encounter.
Because I have a feeling this is going to be a longer encounter.
So we will start our next session, which will be next Friday. We will begin with the battle here within the Dominus tent for the life of the ruler of Revenel.
Oh my gosh.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session
Holy
of
crap,
Party of
babe.
Two in the Scions.
That is like intense.
Thank you all so very much for being here and for watching.
you.
So next week, be here at start with your hero points ready because Anna's gonna need it.
Yep, Ana is going to need it. Thank you so much for those of you who contributed hero points to the game today. Sorry, there's like this thing now in front of me. But here, I'll just move like
Oh, you moved the legs
I
of
know,
the...
I moved the legs, so it's like going to be a thing. Come hang out with us next week. We are going to be doing a family gaming experience, and we, instead of doing our live tabletop terrain talks, I believe we will just be putting out a TTRPG news for the week that we record.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's our new schedule. We are always going to be live on Wednesdays. It's just going to switch off which show it is.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's
it for tonight. So thank you all so very much. Be sure to, if you have not followed, and if you can, subscribe to support the channel. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can actually subscribe for free using your Prime Twitch.
your Twitch Prime
account. So that is where we'll end. So again, come back next week and let's see how this fight goes. This will be the first time. And Ana notices, I will say, Ana notices that the automatons now are far more
Better.
sophisticated looking than they were the last time you fought them
Oh dear.
3 seasons ago.
Oh my gosh.
And
More
is
than
where we'll
that.
end.
The last time we fought an automaton was in season 1.
It was season 1. So I
it was
guess
4
4
seasons ago.
I guess I was putting that there's 3 seasons between them.
Jeez.
Thank you all so very much. And
Yep.
remember,
It only takes 2.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Mwah.